if you see a tattoo parlor open in your neighborhood, it's probably the ATF doing undercover stings, wasting everybody's money, and jailing retarded people.
Welcome to Project Syncro podcast number 4. I'm Ron. That's Kendall. That's Kyle. This podcast brought to you by Mini Takis Fuego by, who the hell is Barkle? You ever heard of
Mexican.
that? Yeah, I think it is. These are addictive and they burn my face off completely.
I didn't think they were that hot.
They're too hot.
If you like, on the standalone, one or two of them is not too hot, but they've got that addictive lime aftertaste that makes me just tear through a whole bag of them that I just regret like 45 seconds later. I'm kind of getting used to them now, but yeah, this was my little birthday gift from Lee. Kendall, you've been in the middle of the desert, right?
Yeah, I was in beautiful Yuma, Arizona for 6 weeks.
Shithole.
It's a hellhole. It was 100 degrees 3 weeks ago.
Oh my God.
So end of March, it was 100 degrees. I did find some nice burrito stands, taco stands.
Oh, street tacos are the best.
Mm-hmm. Got a big burrito, size my head for $7. Fantastic.
That's nice.
That's your per diem. Right.
I averaged, let's see.
$7 a day.
So the second day I got there was a grocery store I could walk to.
Oh, here we go.
I got a 10-pound bag of rice. And I ate that whole goddamn thing.
A 10-pound bag of rice.
My last
lunch
of the last day we worked was the last cup of that 10-pound bag of rice.
That is insane. So you have a $40 a day per diem, right?
46.
$46 a day per diem. First day you buy a bag of rice.
Big bag of rice. Biggest I could find.
Oh, you know,
I went out to eat a couple of times.
That's how you afford to be the big baller you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, lesson learned. You work for a defense company and...
Well, if you're on per diem, just don't spend all your money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, did you take a rice cooker with you?
I just boiled it. I had a kitchenette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He made prison rice.
Basically, yeah.
You know, that's the same... The same sort of thing happened to me in Canada when I was up there for 3 weeks, and we got a per diem, and I didn't even have a rental car. So, not only did I not spend it, I had no way. The only thing I did was I had one day off where we would work 12 on and 12 off, and then we would do that 1 week, and then we'd swing over to nights. So I had like a day off there. So I walked 4 miles to a sushi place. I basically looked on the map and was like, what is the closest, most expensive place I can go to eat? Mm-hmm. And just be a fool. So it was all you can eat sushi, and I must have sat there for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, because you had a 2-hour walk home.
Yeah.
We'll make it worth your time.
Exactly. And yeah, I would just, it got to the point at the end where I'm like, I'm sticking with this. So I would just get one roll at a time. Keep them coming. Salmon roll. Keep it coming.
There are some pretty cool little dive bars in Yuma. There's an old downtown Yuma that's got like the original buildings from when it was kind of founded. So they're 150-ish years old, Civil War era kind of. And there's a nice little bar that's half basement, or you walk downstairs into it. The back walks out into a parking lot called Red's Birdcage. And they've got nude oil paintings up on the wall. It's fantastic.
That's
it's
classy.
Very classy. It's small. It's shotgun. And about halfway back, they've got a pool table that's all fucking crooked. But
What?
yeah, it's like got a nice
Curve to it?
people just go there to shoot pool for fun and drink, not to play serious. But anytime somebody walks by, they got to stop their pool game. And it's got a wood floor.
That's like that Seinfeld where they had to play with the Maestro cue stick because the pool table
It's
barely
almost that
fit.
bad.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen last time, but this time it did. The fucking jukebox kept skipping and stopping and just random shit. It's just like, what the hell? Just turn the damn thing off.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
The bartenders are cool. I mean,
Isn't that the place with the nice-looking bartender?
She moved on to other bars, or she opened 2 bars or something. But the bartenders that worked there, yeah, nice.
Yeah, but wasn't there like one girl that you knew that worked there?
Well, I
before?
didn't really
Like,
know her, but yeah.
But you went there because she was nice looking.
Plus, it was the only like good dive bar that wasn't like just a dump.
$2 Pabst, $1 Pabst, even.
It was $2.50 buds. Well, $2.50 kind of anything domestic. Then they had bottled stuff too. So
I do wonder. I wonder if they still do that in Rolla, because the grotto that I used to go to in Rolla, that everyone went to in Rolla, that basement bar. Kyle, did I ever drag you down there when you were down there a couple times, or no? The grotto, yeah.
In the house?
No. That was the barn. The grotto was below a bookstore.
No.
Or
I never went there.
or a long time ago, it was below a flower shop, and before that, it was some other things. But they would do $1 16-ounce PBR.
Nice.
So that is really the reason I drink PBR
Yeah,
everywhere.
but like every bar in Rolla had cheap beer.
Yeah,
I think there's bars around here that do that. $1.16
$16
or 20-ounce PBRs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they would do $3 burritos on Friday, and that was a burrito that was about the size of your head.
What was that house called?
The barn.
Not the barn. It was like the shelter or some shit. That house that we went to on St. Patrick's Day. It was on the street corner.
It was on. There
was like 250 people there.
Was that the one with the bumper hanging on the wall with chain? Because that's.
I don't know. I just remember the kid pissing in the middle of the street as the police officers going by, and he didn't even stop because he knew.
It's St. Patty's in Rolla.
Oh yeah, that was my friend Nick Pegg used to live in that house, and it's gone downhill ever since. It
was bad.
It's pretty awful. No, every single house and apartment on that little strip there. I've been to house parties at every one of them, and they're all just awful. I could not imagine. One of them halfway burned down, just and they just slap some drywall over it and call it good. That's ridiculous.
The fucked up thing, like we walked into this house, like we walked there, or no, we drove over because we were at the radio station, and we walked across the street because it's like 1 block away, right?
Yeah, 1 or 2
blocks, and he's just like, and there's, truly about 200 people outside and then inside this house, and we just walk in. I don't know these people. I've never been there
Nobody
before.
cares.
And I was like, man, I could never live in a house like this. Like,
That's how our parties in Flint were.
Just random
Just
people
shit
coming in,
houses.
and people didn't even look at me twice, like walking through the house, because there was probably 50 people in there.
Yeah.
Like you could barely walk down the stairs, and there's, it was like a nightclub downstairs. And it was just crazy.
Yeah, that's how our parties were. They were just crazy. It was like whoever came, we had 3 kegs, I think.
Did you have like padlocks on your door, like that you lived in?
Your bedroom.
Yeah,
bedroom?
we put up the expensive stuff and locked our doors, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, the best part is most of those houses have carpet in them, and it's just.
Luckily, our landlord had stripped all that stuff out, but I think I told you guys that he piled all that shit on between the sidewalk and the street, that little grass area that's typical, like 3 foot.
Fucking eating on a podcast, Jesus Christ!
And
What?
Just fucking.
I think 2-3 weeks after we moved in, somebody burned that, and this was a big pile.
That's
And
awesome.
it caught our tree on fire. It took out all the utility lines going over. It burned all those. This thing was a raging fire.
That's excellent.
Fire department showed up and just hosed it down. And we're like, do we need to fill out a report or something? Because we don't know what the hell happened. They're like, nah. But it took them a long time to get there, like 35 minutes or something. And they're like a mile away.
That's excellent. I saw some halfway decent fires in Rolla. My favorite, though, and I think I have a photo of this somewhere, is somebody would work for pizza delivery, and they had a Volkswagen Fox hatchback, and man, I saw a plume of smoke across campus, and it went, it was kind of a little plume of smoke, and then all of a sudden it was, then it got really big, and then you just see half of a Volkswagen Fox fully engulfed in flames.
Jesus.
Like,
Too bad.
There's the 2-door wagon one.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
One of those came up for sale in South County not that long ago, and
for about $18.
$800. And I was like,
I think Ben got his
Yeah.
for 500 or
he
something,
did
and that was right when Volkswagen was unloading all their old stock parts. So he brought practically everything brand new. Of course, then the car got towed and impounded for unpaid parking tickets or something.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know the
worth-
whole story.
for the
I'm
parking
sure
spot that was marked for a business that hadn't been there in 10 years.
expired plates, all that.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
he just kept printing out the. He had the template for the for the Missouri
temp tag.
the temp tag.
So-
I thought, he had real plates on there after a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
just happened to expire.
That's a good trick.
But he was getting parking tickets that he would fight successfully.
Yeah.
But then I think he just
Stop caring.
that, or he forgot one, and then he actually got a ticket, got a late fee, and he's like, "I'm not paying this shit." I don't know the whole story. It's
and
been
then
years.
and then it was booted, and then it was gone.
Yeah, and then it was gone. It's been
Yeah.
5 or 6 years. It's been a while.
That's a shame. I was kind of expecting that car to end up here.
Oh, it was a good runner. It's a decent car.
Get that. What was that? Was it a 4-speed or is it a 5-speed?
It's a 4. Yeah.
4-speed longitudinal.
8-valve. Yeah, real basic.
Oh yeah.
Which was so easy to work on.
Oh, yeah.
Being longitudinal in that bay, there was like literally you just open up. There's like nothing there.
I think we put a fuel pump in it or something. It wasn't running
Yeah.
perfect, but it was right before I went to Afghanistan. I helped him get it running. And then he drove it for like
He
a
took
year
it
or
to Chris's
two.
and we did distributor and a few other
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
And it ran
geez.
really well.
I've worked on 2 of those. That's odd. What else?
Anyway, if you need Fox parts, he still has a new clutch, new flywheel, new doors,
Yeah.
fenders, other stuff. I don't know.
That's
Starter. Yeah, because it was all like $10.
Yeah.
OEM from Volkswagen.
That would be a sweet.
You just go to the dealer and pick it up.
That would be a sweet swap car. As far as rare Volkswagens goes, one sitting behind us, even.
That actually runs.
Yeah.
It's not something you see every day.
Here you do, 5 or 6 of them.
Running? Not running.
Not running.
Oh, not running. No, you don't see that
Present.
here. Yeah, present. In whole.
Yeah, you have 6
Uh,
or 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6.
So if you need Corrado parts, you can get
Yeah.
a hold of us and we'll be a liaison.
Yeah, if I
to
feel like it,
Kendall.
I might actually sell one.
Dig through some stuff.
I gave the silver bumper to Mike, I think, and then Bo Black's got it now.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't that great
So
of
that
shape.
car
anyway.
will end up here eventually.
They all end up.
I
here.
think Bo Black will keep it.
Yeah.
He seems to turn piles of crap into good cars.
They still got the Mark III.
There
right?
are a handful of people around here that do that. It's a very small, elite group of people that I don't know about elite, stupid group of people, myself included. What else? So, what exactly did you do in Yuma? Just typical test stuff?
No, I helped basically what would be the best way to put it without sounding like a total asshole? People that don't know what they're doing, helping them get through how to write a manual,
Oh,
even though
Yep.
their job is to write a manual. Yeah.
So you didn't have to go there to do a software update?
No, not this time.
oh
no.
my God.
No, in previous years, I've actually flown all the way to Yuma and back to help install a piece of software,
I think
and it took me about 2 minutes.
the cross section of
$1,000 software
Oh, yeah.
update.
My plane ticket was $1,000. I spent the night there. Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
I wonder what the cross section is on useless business trips, because most of them have to be useless now. I know Matt just went to Korea for probably reasons I shouldn't say, but for work. Mm-hmm. Basically for the same thing, just to assist.
Yeah.
You know, they're having production issues. And
We've had guys that go to Australia for 2 or 3 days
2 or 3.
for a meeting. And I'm like,
What
you can't even get
the-
adjusted to the time change in 3 days.
Yeah, you know
For
the
a meeting you
internet.
could do over the internet.
You know, the
on a
internet
WebEx
exists
or
now.
fucking telephone.
When I worked at Geek Squad, we used to have this KVM switch. There was a network 16 hub KVM switch that when we got too many systems in, we'd hook them up, and you log into the software, and all of a sudden the mouse starts moving around. Because there was some center in India that they would log into, and they would do all of our diagnostic. But it wasn't just in a Windows environment. They could do all of it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Awesome.
and you can't do that now? Like,
Yeah,
other companies
exactly.
still can't figure that out?
People love that seems like at my current job how some of that stuff goes is, you know, we're like an incentives company, so all that travel is just, you know, they're whining and dining people, and it's like, you know, we're sitting in offices just pushing paper all the time. But yeah, you know,
all but this trip and the last 2 to Yuma for the same goddamn thing. Most of my trips, you know, I'm going there and I'm actually doing something, so it's a worthwhile trip. But yeah, these last few have been. And then my boss is like, "Hey, you need to get some training done. Go pick a city and do it." I'm
Pick
like,
a
I am
city.
fucking tired of traveling, so no, I'm not going anywhere.
Training.
Yeah, engineering related training.
Pick a city.
Vegas.
Make it a boondoggle, basically. I'm like, no, I don't care where it is, unless it's like Cologne, so I can go to the Nürburgring or some shit again, or back to London. But they'll never pay for that. So.
What? Yeah, you should pick Germany. Just be like, I'm going to the land of engineers.
Yeah,
to get engineers.
there you go.
I should.
That's
Maybe
the way to
that's
do
what I'll
that.
do.
Do that.
Do it.
I'll follow you over. Get a shipping container. There you go.
Then, you know, you can get several extra engines and everything you need.
Find some more synchro drivetrains.
Hell
Couple O2S 6-speeds. Mm-hmm. Get all set up.
I never did send that guy an email. It's just one of those things. It's not that important.
Yeah. They're kind of the way they find stuff. You know, they can look anytime as well, and it's like, you know, in my situation, they actually bought a whole car, and you know it was probably
Just work
cheap.
stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is good. As far as the car goes, while you were gone, I feel like I should have gotten more stuff done as usual, but I didn't. So whatever. I guess the good news is we're sitting in the space where the car
Yeah,
used
the car's
to be.
gone.
Yeah. So it's nice and cozy at home now, and I've just dusted it off and done a couple things, but not really anything major, and clean this space up for you to convert into some sort of clean room or something. I believe.
Yeah, wall this all off, so I got a place that we don't have to worry about getting grinding dust all over.
Yeah.
Shit like that, welding.
So you don't have to worry
splatter.
about Ron getting grinding dust.
So I don't have to worry about Ron getting grinding
Hey,
dust
I
all
use
over
the
everything.
designated grinding vise. And the grinding vise, for anyone who's seen the videos, is a different vise from the beating things with a hammer and other general fuckery vise. They're
true.
2 different vices, and they're 20 feet away from each other. So that's one thing I do have to fight in the garage. I am actually... considering the other development here is that we're almost 90 to 100% sure that my roommate who bought the house that I live in now, that we've done all the work in the garage, which you guys have seen photos, or that's where the last podcast was from. He is moving to Alaska, and I'll be buying that house, so I can kind of assume control of the situation there. So obviously, I'll kind of, you know, I can't get to the degree we are here, but I'd like to build a shed in the back so I can move all my, you know, BS lawn stuff, bike and what have you out, so that the empty bay in the garage opposite the car, I could maybe get a press, you know, the press just like yours. And I'd like to find a small horizontal bandsaw that could be locked upright to put a deck on to use as a vertical bandsaw. You know, most of the time use it as horizontal, but you know that would take care of pretty much all the dust. You know, because that's what Mark and John Hebe complain about all the time is, you know, they would have a really clean garage, but they don't have a bandsaw, so they have to use a grinder.
Yeah, or a chop saw.
Yeah, they use a grinder for everything, and it's awful because it gets all over.
I mean, if you want a table-mounted grinder, you might just get a heavy wheel and put a post and mount the grinder there, and you can go move it outside.
Yeah, that's
Get
true.
an extension cord.
I do have 2 bench grinders, but they're not.
If you can get a vacuum attachment for them, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But
I do have
most grinders don't. So
Yeah.
They have those small tabletop bandsaws that are both horizontal and vertical. Like when you put it up all the way, then it's got
Yeah.
a platform on it.
Yeah, I would like to have one that is floor, so I can circulate coolant, and something that I could have maybe on wheels, so that to give me the option to if I'm going to do that tube frame car next, that's almost something that I could tackle in that garage. I think I would have to do all the bending and stuff outside, probably. But that I think the MIG I have, given that we've run a 100 amp sub panel out to the garage,
that should be fine.
it would be fine. It would be pushing it a little bit, but it'd be fine. So that would be good. Yeah. As far as Kendall, while you were out, I got the gear stuff all taken care of, and we just did a video on that. Unfortunately, we have to pull that all back apart now and modify more things. We'll have that in future episodes. Kyle, you just put out an episode on...
The last episode that I put up was the...
Oh, the pin
Pin
stands.
stands. Yeah. Did you see my cut just going back to...
Yeah, back and forth to John. Just
randomly sitting there. And then at the
I haven't
end...
watched it yet.
At the end, he's on the CNC and he's like...
This is the way
This
to
is
do
the
it.
way to do it.
That's how that goes. Is
That's what he said to me. He's like, "Man, I really like that thing." I said,
It
"Oh
just
yeah."
keeps cutting back. He's like adjusting it and then trying to like drill it.
Yeah.
And then it goes to him with the, with the Christmas tree bit, and he's like, and
step
you're
bit. Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, you're going to rip your...
Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've got... So, yeah, the pin stands, though, I think that was awesome. I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing that. Because, most of the stuff that I've been screwing around with now is like assembly and little tedium like that. And that was kind of, nice to go back.
turned out really nice.
Nice to go back and actually make something.
Yeah, they turned out really good. The other thing I was thinking, you can't put them in all the way because it'll, when it...
I was going to just put
bit of
little
play.
rubber hose things on
Well,
it.
I was going to say, or you could spin off like, you got that Delrin.
Oh,
Just putting in Delrin over it.
I have my random box of hose, and I was just going to snip off a little 1-inch pieces.
Little bumpers.
Yeah, and just slip them on there. And I have to paint those too. So, Kendall, we need to look around for door seals. For sure. I need most of the seals, and I really, really don't want to buy them because they're so expensive. I know they're here.
Might be on the Volvo,
On the Volvo.
on top of the Volvo.
Oh, I don't think it... I thought I looked at that.
Wow, maybe not. I don't know.
There's so many door seals in this place.
All I know is I went through a stack of door seals, and they were all Corrado. I checked every single one of them there. I think there were 12 of them.
So if you need Corrado door
Oh
seals,
my God.
I wonder why I have 12.
It is
you have a lot.
is an uncomfortable. Maybe. Oh, I think 4 of them were Passat,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
and then the rest of them were Corrado.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sucks. So, as far as the car goes, I'm still doing some finishing related stuff. I got some of that super bling reflected gold stuff to put on the firewall. Just thinking ahead. Next big thing to
Looks
tackle.
like a spacecraft.
It does.
Yeah. Next big thing to
Need
tackle.
wrap the whole outside of the car with it.
I need to order brake stuff. And I was thinking, I have those, since the rear control arms are different, but they're 400 on studs now with the same hubs as the front. I could run 4 front rotors,
Yeah.
technically. I mean, wheel offset's the same. Everything's... I'm going to have to make a bracket for the caliper anyway, so why not... Again, why not leverage what I already have and just use the same stuff all around? So I'll have 4 of the same calipers, 4 of the same rotors, all the same pads, all the same wheel bearings, all the same hubs.
Make it all the same
Why
as much as
not?
you can.
And you're using a hydraulic rear e-brake anyway, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't need the cable actuation.
Nope.
Yeah.
Are you just going to run like a pin through it for like an e-brake or?
A pin?
No, he would
No,
pull and latch it,
they
right?
they sell a thing.
'Cause I've seen where
They sell a line lock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to do. Because, and I won't park on that, obviously, because Matt actually learned that when his, he parked his, because he has that generic K-Sport handbrake that you can convert to a vertical or a horizontal, which I hate those things. I have that CNC one in my Golf, and I'll probably get another one of those and just cut it up and put a tube and handle over it rather than that, because right now it's a bar. But he pulls it up and locks it. Well, it's only a hydraulic lock, and what's going to happen? You're going to slowly bleed pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Out of that. So he parked it on a hill naturally, didn't put it in gear, and just locked that thing up. And
he brakes good.
When he was a diode, right?
yeah, exactly. And he came out, and the car was just in a ditch. It went in the ditch and then out of the other. I'm like, that is awesome.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maddie.
Yeah, because I've seen where people just like made like a bracket and they pull that back and they slide a pin through.
It's like $15 to get a buggy line lock, which is just a valve, and I'll put that down by the shifter. So all I'll have to do there, I just have to step on the brake and then hit the lock and then let up, and it'll lock the rears. So that'll be fine. But I'm only gonna, you only use that for a couple minutes, and basically to fit the requirement that I have a brake. So that's a lot of stuff we have coming up. I've got we'll do a ton of more videos from the home garage of just a little tedium that's coming up, and Kendall and I made some awesome progress, and the good news is we have pretty much everything to finish the transmission. The bad news is naturally we have to modify something and almost broke something else, and need to order a custom bolt and whatnot, but at least I have all the gears finally.
Yep.
That was just awful. No fault of the company's really, because it's nothing that they've made in years, but that just sucks. Learn something new. So
Yeah. So I've got, let's see. We've got the video when we were tearing this down.
Yeah.
And then folding everything up. And I think I'm going to cut that up in a couple different ones, because there's that and then the unboxing of all your shit for the car, the bumpers. And
oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I think those that go together is like little 5-6 minute-ish
so,
video.
well,
None of those have to be, crazy
Right.
long episodes. It's
Then
just
I've
little
got-
things here and there that we happen upon that,
Then I've got one that's just,
Oh, time lapse, right?
well, it's the video from my dash cam all the way from taking the car out.
Oh.
And
Oh,
going
yeah,
down the
yeah,
trailer
we have
all
a
the way to
whole
the house.
Yeah, the whole
And
journey
I
home.
compressed it all the way down to 3 minutes.
Man, we could not have timed that any better, because did you get some good stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, you saw the picture I posted.
I saw the photo. The photo is really good, but the whole time we're driving back, and Highway 70 headed west. At some points, it's headed due west.
Oh, yeah, into the
And,
sun.
and you kind of roll up and down. So we'd go down a hill, and then we'd come up and crest this hill, and it was totally the magic hour. And you'd crest the hill, and you could, the car on the trailer and the sun, everything's orange, and so that was cool. That was good to see. And man, it's amazing how easy a 700-pound car is to move on and off a trailer. So that was so easy.
Yeah, that video is already uploaded. I just haven't made it public yet.
Okay.
And then we have another video, the actual video of moving the car.
Okay.
And then you kind of wrap that up at the shop.
Yeah.
I was there.
So we have a ton of stuff now. That's good.
This and this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
Awesome.
content coming.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for listening. Looking forward to all the stuff in the future here. So see you guys next time.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good luck.
Godspeed.
Ooh. Those fucking Takis.
What's that?
Those Takis.
Yep.
Those things, they're good, but they're fuck.
30 minutes?
Yeah, right at 29 minutes.
Nice.
Any words of wisdom, Kendall?
No.
I gotta have something to put it before the intro. It's always you.
I should have gone with my first plan.
We had a fan overhead.
With what?
This must be
man
done all in one motion.
He goes and he's he's gonna put his head through the fan and back out and grab this tomato.
Oh, the guy that jumps up in the fucking.
Bam! Fucking knocks himself out.
Fuck.
Oh, I've got a good word of advice.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's probably not very good.